A very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the weekly roundup news edition of the UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Wadulo, Arnold Mark, and I'm going to be with you for the next 1 hour, deciphering and breaking down some of those stories that happened this week, and that is those that made headlines, to be specific. And without further ado, let's start out with this story where the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni pledged to convene a multi-sectoral meeting in Tororo sub-region to address the challenges faced by the growers and suppliers in Western Uganda. He made this commitment during a public rally in Rampara District and Kole sub-region. And this event was held at Muizi Primary School and was part of the President's wealth creation tours. Leaders such as the ICT Minister Chris Baryomunsi, Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa, Vice President Jessica Alupo, and the First Lady Janet Museveni Kataha accompanied him, and he assured tea growers that a dedicated forum will be held to address the sector's issues. More details in this report.
A section of leaders at all levels have on Thursday, 27th February 2025, accompanied the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to Rampara District to the Wealth Creation Awareness Public Gathering.
He has been here in the region to assess the performance. He has had an opportunity to visit model farmers, to look at the actual ground person.
You have moved around. You have seen all the hills. You have forests here. You have banana plantations. We have coffee. They are all thriving because of the strategies and policies, clear strategies espoused by our president.
Fisheries testify, they received their money and they very well utilized that 1 million. They have invested in their farming. They are doing poultry keeping. They are doing piggery. They are doing fish farming.
There have been complaints here and there, and the biggest complaints have been extortion, charges of the bank, but those ones we have finished them.
Convened at Muizi Primary School playground, the rally summoned by the President targeted members of the general public from Ankole sub-region.
I have been on presidential zonal tours, and wherever we have gone, there is no doubting whatsoever.
The little land they have, mostly they grow matoke and coffee. That's where they earn from. And when you look around, they have listened the presidential.
This has been part of the activities of the third day ever since the President arrived in the area on Tuesday, 25th February 2025.
The people here assembled have been waiting for you, Mzee. Your Excellency, abantu ba Uganda nibakusima abwabinjiye byokozire okuleta obusenje okuleta entunguka okugarura Uganda musya
konkani nyenda kubasiima habwo kumwakira itwabatambwire nawe buri hamwe hono muri nkore mwebare kumwakira mweterera mu ngaro
nimbashaba kaguma ni muhajira mzee na NRM omwaka 2026.
Accompanied by the First Lady, Janet Kataha Museveni, the President thereafter addressed the gathering.
Mama Janet Mamreva, Kabara Mutio.
Neja kubara mutio, kandi kubahiga, ngori taro rwo kurwanisa obworo, murukore mukigendereire, murebe ngo buri kayona obworo bwargamu.
Bitu bingahi entunguka mugarikemu obugaiga ningo bworo emyoga hamwe n'emirimo nezarwaki obugaiga nibukuzara emirimo abamwizi n'abagizi nibegaho naho.
Commenting on the matters of the tea business, which has been reported to have collapsed and caused issues, Museveni promises to dedicate a forum of concerned parties to address this issue.
Emphasizing the 4 words: development, jobs, wealth, and skills. And I could see my people here were understanding. I gave them the example of the Kampala-Kawale Road, which has been tarmac for 60 years. But I asked them, if you go today, would you not find poor people there? They said, yes, they are there. So what does that mean? It means we should not only talk about development, we should also talk about wealth creation and poverty eradication. I think this was the main method I was repeating.
Tomorrow shall still be in Tugamo, but what is exciting is that even when we came with the message of getting our people out of poverty, the people are still giving us a feedback of they want to vote President Museveni in the next general election.
And the president was very clear. He has clearly told the people of Ankole the message of PDM, or parish development model. He has clearly defined development and wealth. So development includes roads and other things that government can do, but he said once there is no wealth in the household, then we are wasting time.
He has advised us, he has taken us through various stages. It is actually upon us now to put in practice what he has advised us to do.
This marks the last day of the presidential wealth creation tour in Ankole sub-region, although the president will continue holding several engagements in the area over the weekend. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
And again, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni earlier this week challenged dairy farmers in Ankole sub-region and beyond to embrace extensive growth of grass to enable proper feeding of cattle. The president said that this will reduce animal feed scarcity and increase milk yields for the benefit of dairy farmers. This was during the commissioning of the Beni Foods, a dairy processing factory at Rushere Chiruhura district, where the president emphasized value addition as the way to go for Uganda's economic development.
The person you see arriving in this motorcade is the President of the Republic of Uganda. He is here at Rushere in Kiruhura district to commission Beni Foods, a dairy producing and processing factory. It is the fourth to be commissioned in the county of Nyabushozi.
In partnership na Nestle na international market za dairy abari kutwara kofi, umwani na koko. Hati nimeenda kutandika kuta icyuma cya kokaha bakajwanzya mati n'umwani bakatwara hiyo.
As a champion of integration, you have also continued to ensure that there is market in the East African region for investors, the African region, and also world over. So I am here, Your Excellency, to thank you on behalf of all the people of Uganda.
It is a journey that has seen the proprietor's dream of milk production come to pass with 1 million liters produced per day.
We believe in the potential of local dairy farmers, and with your guidance, we will build a strong foundation for a partnership that will benefit the entire community.
This achievement is in line with the President's gospel of value addition for economic development.
You are in the right place at the right time. Here we have got a big potential. These farmers, once we sensitize them, they will produce much more than they are producing now. And the demand in the world for dairy products, you know, is there. Here in Africa, first of all, but also in other parts of the world. So therefore, you have made a very good decision to come here. Now, the issues you are talking about are solvable. The electricity is there, and we are going to ensure that you get it at 5 cents per kilowatt hour.
For purposes of sustainability, there is need for growth of organic grass as opposed to artificial feeds for dairy cattle.
But now the cows here are eating with their teeth like this, because the grass is very short. Is that in order?
But when the grass is short, it uses the the incisors, the 4 teeth of in front, and use them for cutting. But the teeth, those incisors will wear away quickly if the grass is short. So I think eating with the tongue is much better, and therefore having longer grass is much better.
narebenti ni kunuza ni ryabusha bazeta unza farm konka farm tene kirumu ente teni samain ente eriso rim echereto no rim ukurebeza ni kunuza sti ne shove yama.
When this is done, initiatives such as this will economically advance the lives of dairy farmers.
Question to ask is, in Nyabushozi, this is the 4th factory in Nyabushozi. Has the price increased? I can say no, but the price has stabilized. So we are sure that once this increases, once this opens and sucks into 1 million liters of milk per day, certainly it will affect the prices upwards. And that is an incentive to farmers to produce more milk.
President Yoweri Museveni has been vocal and active on value addition and industrial development. The commissioning of this milk processing factory is one of the results of such campaign. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Ugandans who misuse the 1 million shillings parish development model fund will be arrested and work without pay in government prisons, according to the President, Yoweri Museveni. The President made these remarks this week during an interaction with journalists from the Ankole sub-region held at his country home in Rachitura. Let's take a look.
Briefing, journalists informed President Museveni that whereas he is visiting farmers to appreciate the impact of the parish development model program, many who receive the money use it to buy foodstuffs, while some use it to pay school fees. The government, through the parish development model, extends 100 Uganda million shillings each financial year to 100 beneficiaries in each parish through their SACCOs. According to the President, who is currently on a performance assessment tour on wealth creation and the parish development model in the Ankole sub-region, perpetrators will be required to work for at least 10 months until the 1 million Uganda shillings is recovered.
akorega abakoko bari mu cyome bakora nibahinga ibicori nibahinga pamba akora atari kushashurwa ukutubara shashuri ukwaraheze million twambara uhingira waheze million dera agenda tayi nubeja kushashura through labor in prison. This is the answer. You cannot say mutwakorgaho sente wazi nyuma twakwetsa no watu wari sente za government twazikozeki twakwere ijo shashwe through labor.
Regarding theft, President Museveni said they are in touch with the judiciary to ensure those involved in stealing items such as cows, goats, pigs and the produce of parish development model beneficiaries are not given bail or released on police bond. The President was also surprised to learn that some commercial officers were extorting money from the beneficiaries, saying they should be arrested.
Commercial officers bakabizambat because the ikintu kwishuka no kugira ngo abasasire abukano mu tukabanza kwesa za nadizi entandukwa operation wealth creation byone ebyo tukatuma abakozi ba government kugaburira abanaku ebyo mbibyo mwiroko mugaburira abanaku.
Regarding the excess production of items such as eggs, President Museveni re-echoed the government would establish factories to add value to eggs like it was done to other items like milk. President Museveni also pledged 100 Uganda million shillings to capitalize the Mbara Journalist Circle and a 36-seater coaster bus to aid their operations.
And furthermore, the government launched the construction of the Biosciences Industrial Park in Nakasongola district. The park, which is the first of its kind in the country, will house pharmaceutical companies that manufacture human, animal and crop drugs. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, performed the groundbreaking ceremony at Kakwoge in Nakasongola district.
Premier Robina Nabanja wants government bureaucrats to craft a law aimed at improving waste management at the household level across the country. She was addressing a delegation from the United Arab Emirates, led by Senior Director of Beer Group, Dr. Punet Sanai, company that manages waste in Sharjah at her office in Kampala.
But we need to come up with a policy. In fact, a law. I was in Italy, in the city of Rimini. How are you going to partner? Are you going to come with your trucks to collect? Because the other time in Sharjah, I saw you had private people who were bringing garbage. Is it going to be the same system?
Uganda has been struggling with waste management challenges in its 10 cities, largely due to the high volume of organic waste produced.
We still need more. As you have seen,
Nabanja highlighted that during her official visit to Limene, Italy, she observed that households are responsible for sorting their waste, with fines imposed for non-compliance. She believes this is the way forward for Uganda and has directed KCCA to begin formulating the necessary law immediately.
We need to come up with law. I need a cabinet paper and I need it urgently. I'm giving you just 1 week so that the other week we have a paper about bear, so that cabinet can be guided and facilitated to come up with how the way forward for waste management, not only in Kampala, but in the whole country. And that's why I felt it was that he should be present, the people should be present.
The Prime Minister also expressed her appreciation for the support Uganda is receiving from the government of Sharjah, expressing optimism about the partnership and expressed confidence that Uganda now has the right partners to help tackle its waste management issues.
We have had a number of people coming here since the other tragedy that happened here. But I'm reliably informed that your team has brought life in our waste management solutions.
The Executive Director, KCCA, Hajat Sharif Obzeki, explained that the ongoing engagements clearly demonstrate that the waste management challenge can be addressed.
In addition to what you have asked them, could be their point of reflection so that we can know how we are moving forward with them on this. And some of them were organizing a formal roundtable discussion with them, with relevant government agencies, because you have noted that waste management is even beyond KCCA. All the cities are battling with the same thing. And also the private sector players, because they have a contribution to make in as far as waste management is concerned.
The Director General, Uganda Investment Authority, Robert Mukiza, observed that several discussions have taken place with the visiting delegation regarding investment opportunities in Uganda.
We also had a discussion about the opportunities in the tourism sector and of course the science, technology and digitization in our country. I also was glad to note that they're also interested in real estate, hospitality, and even hospitals, building hospitals too. So I will avail them with the opportunities in our country and have further discussions with them on the investment opportunity.
A Senior Director of Beer Group, Dr. Punet Sanai, mentioned that their engagements with stakeholders have been fruitful and they will brief their directors back home about the outcomes of their discussions.
We went to the new site in Guala also. It's a huge site. It's actually almost double the size that we have in Sharjah, the one that you visited. That's about 125 hectares and acres, and here you have 230. So it's a good site to develop a similar waste management complex step by step. We move step by step.
Bear Group is a public-private partnership focused on creating a sustainable future through innovative technologies and solutions. The company provides a range of waste management services, including waste collection, sorting, and street cleaning, as well as operating a metal cycling center that processes old cars and other metal scrap. Shaidat Nasaku, UBC News.
We do apologize. That was the Prime Minister, Robin Anabanja, tasking the Executive Director of the Kampala Capital City Authority to work with the Solicitor General to develop a law aimed at improving waste management at household level. Of course, she was meeting a delegation from the United Arab Emirates, specifically from the Emirate Sharjah, at her office in Kampala to discuss those pertinent issues. More from this week. The Confederation of African Football Inspection Team were in Uganda this week and confirmed that the country's infrastructure meets the requirements to host the CHAN 2024 tournament. Kenya and Tanzania have also received approval. Samson Adamu, the head of the CAF delegation, made this announcement during a high-level meeting with sports ministers from the Pamoja countries and senior officials from the three nations. More details in this report.
Following inspections of various facilities, including Namboli, Chambogo, Fufakadiba, and Wankulukuku grounds, the CAF team declared all venues ready for CHAN 2024 with only minor improvements recommended. Mrs. Janet Museveni opened the meeting by highlighting Uganda's dedication to co-hosting both CHAN and AFCON 2027, noting significant improvements in sports infrastructure as per CAF guidelines.
I'm glad to inform you that Cabinet has ratified the host agreements for both CHAN and AFCON and has approved the signing off of the government declarations and guarantees. It is now my prayer that moving forward, CAF and the local organizing committee will work closely to ensure that we successfully organize both CHAN 2024 and AFCON 2027.
The minister confirmed that Uganda had secured its required budgetary contribution of $13 million for organizing and hosting CHAN 2024. In a joint statement delivered by Engineer Peter Toom, the ministers from all three countries requested that the $13 million budget cover all host country expenses for CHAN 2024. They proposed including government accounting officers as bank account signatories to ensure proper fund management. However, CAF guidelines permit only 2 signatories, CAF and the federations. Following advice from Attorney General Chiriwa Chiwanuka, all parties agreed that expenditures from each country's $13 million contribution would require prior approval from their respective local organizing committee. Tanzania Sports Minister emphasized that successfully hosting CHAN and AFCON would mark a milestone in East Africa integration.
Again, hosting of AFCON and CHAN shows the vitality of the African people in organized things which bring them together. And this is why we feel very much honored and privileged that CAF has trusted these three countries to organize CHAN and AFCON. And all the matters that are being raised here, their intention is to make sure that we have one of the best CHAN and AFCON tournaments ever staged in our continent.
I want, again, to assure you on behalf of our Cabinet Secretary that Kenya is ready on issues infrastructure, on issues payment of the hosting fee, and all the relevant requirements that have been given to us by CAF to ensure that we host a very successful football tournament for CHAN 2024 in August and AFCON 2027.
Addressing the tournament's postponement, CAF wanted to ensure the best possible event ever.
The reasons why the tournament was postponed is because CAF deems that it's important to give justice, to do justice to the implementation, to the implication that Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda have for this competition. It will do justice to make sure that the tournament is even much better than it should have been in February. So it is with that the president of CAF said that because of the commitment that the countries have, we need to make sure that we have the best tournament ever. So with the time that we have left, we work together to make sure that the tournament would even be better than it should have been in February. And
reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hey, Nkowe High School. Na wana tufunye wo muwanguzi owa MTN Momo. Ye wangu de school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza. Hey, owuliro otya mutima kati.
Banange sanyu lyenye lya mochi wago nyanjaga nyangu wamali walonze erinyo.
Shishi?
Njani awangula school fees.
Eza Momo.
Eza Momo.
Ezo mwaka mulamba.
Okumala mwaka mulamba ndi musanyu.
Oh my goodness.
Banange MTN mwene yanza ne yanze.
Wanje?
Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Nkubiriza muzadde munange yonna gy'oli. Wallahi sasulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back. You're still watching the weekly news roundup edition of the UBC Lunchtime News. This week, the Special Presidential Advisor on Poverty and Development Programs, who also doubles as the National Coordinator of the NRM Team Tara, Pastor Robert Mbabazi, challenged Makerere ICT students to apply their skills for job creation and national patriotism. Pastor Mbabazi was meeting a delegation of over 200 Makerere ICT students Chunyunyuzi, sponsored under the presidential program led by Dorcas Kanyunyuzi at Chira House in Kampala.
We are having problems because of the divisions. We are not united. Today, I received a team of ICT students from Makerere University, whom I recommended for bursaries. The purpose of their meeting with me was to discuss about development ideas and also to share knowledge on how they can achieve foreign government programs and visionary programs for His Excellency. The main point was on 4 sectors and 7 ways to create jobs and wealth, which is a special program for any animal government. We shared a lot on how they can use knowledge of ICT.
The courses we are offering at Makerere University under IT program, as there are some leaders, we offer everything from CCI, IT Essentials, CCNA, that is Cisco, and cybersecurity. I joined the Team Thara by applying for a bursary at Makerere University, and they give me a chance of doing the course of cybersecurity, which is undergoing for 8 months.
This is a very good initiative. Please, parents, I implore you to support this idea, support your children, bring them and they get this initiative, these skills. You know, nowadays the world of artificial intelligence, and you know, with Uganda, this I can say it's a virgin program.
It's an opportunity to thank the government for this program of IT, because some of us were greedy about IT, but now we know something at least.
ICT is one of business outsourcing program. So these students are very happy with the NRM government. They are happy with the development ideas for His Excellency, especially PDM and other programs. What I'm trying to grab out is
the Ministry of East African Community, the Ministry for East African Community Affairs embarked on a popular participation and integration, focusing on universities as centers of engagement. During the meeting held at Busitema University in Busia District, Kadaga emphasized the need to engage university students to push for the East African Community agenda.
African Affairs has organized a sensitization meeting in Busia District for Busitema University with the aim of promoting the East African integration agenda. The meeting has attracted a number of students, both local and international, from the 7 branches of Busitema University. Kadaga says the East African community has embarked on public participation in integration process, thus universities being a center of engagement. This will attract good results.
Public participation in the integration process, and we felt that the universities are a center of engagement. That's why we're here. This is now I think the 4th university we have gone to inform them about the integration process and to interest them in it. So it's very important.
The permanent secretary for the East African community, Mrs. Edith Mwanje, said the East African community has several pillars, including a common market, monetary union, industrial development and infrastructure. And basing on this, the Commission has highlighted several achievements that are contributing to a One East Africa.
There are many people, the market is big, and where they have many people that can buy their products. Even if you're talking about trading, people prefer trading with big entities. Therefore, that is the first and most important factor that I want to talk about when I talk about the importance of the East African integration.
The East African Community is a regional intergovernment organization of 8 partner states, making it one of the fastest growing regional economic blocs in the world. The East African Community is widening and deepening cooperation among the partner states in various key spheres for their mutual benefit. These spheres include political, economic and social.
We have seen that we can exploit our potentials and we move to different countries. We move to Kenya, we move to South Sudan, we move to DRC, we move to Rwanda to attain higher levels of education and also interact with the curriculum in those other countries. And it is of great importance that if we come up as students, we can even get more leadership potentials, more we can have some engagements as far as the leadership training is concerned for university students to also participate in different positions.
Several learners welcomed the engagement, saying this will expose them to more benefits.
Because we have got to know a lot from our dear mama. She helped us in the way that we have got to know the 4 facts that why East Africa is going to integrate to be together. They're only mainly emphasizing on market, ensuring political connections. There are many things actually we have learned a lot. We as students, there are things which we have been lagging behind.
Budongo and Buruli sub-counties in Bunyoro sub-region have adopted the PDM program after members formed circles to ease access to the funding. A lead mobilizer, Ayesiga Robert, says the groups and circles managed by women and youth in Masindi district were formed to support communities improve their livelihoods. More details in this story.
These groups have rapidly developed in day-to-day household income and financial literacy. Kamathi Savings and Credit is one of the financial institutions supported by the PDM program. It has over 3,000 members who started ventures in pigs, goats, chicken. At least 1,500 members got financial support.
They don't work at an individual basis, they work in groups. And the example, the Nene, they have operated in many sub-counties in Masindi. And there's a lot to show. There's a lot that you can see that they have achieved, and they are moving on very well. But I appeal to our leaders, the ministers, the members of parliament, that when they meet these younger people, the Kamasi directors, the Kamasi executive directors, they should support them and advise them accordingly.
Adong Bure is a member of Tulihamu Saving Groups, rears pigs and goats.
Nilipe na watoto yangu kwa shule, ingine nifanye na kitu ingine, business ingine.
Chairperson Tulihamu Savings Group, Ongima William, told UBC how the group has benefited members.
Group wakakuwa sawa. Sasa ndio tukakuja patikana na watu ya Kamasi. Ndio akajoin sisi kwa upande ya mnyama ya nguruwe. Niko na kazi mingi, wengine niko nafanya business ya mkele. Wengine niko na business ya bar.
Ayesiga Robert, CEO, says the intention is to support farmers adopt the 4-acre model.
Distribute animals to local people. That is to say, we improve household income. That is our main target, improving the household incomes of the youth, single mothers, and elderly.
Rena Francisco, UBC.
Furthermore, students from Makerere University decry leadership suppression from the university's administration. These sentiments arise in the wake of the 91st Guild elections that restrict candidates and their electorates from aligning with national political parties, among other restrictions. I had a chance to interact with the stakeholders.
Makerere University is yet to have its 91st Guild elections, where we are yet to bring in a new league of student leaders. This is the first time that the mighty Hill is having the online elections. In this mode of elections, the campaign is strictly virtual, and so is the voting.
Makerere University goes to the polls on 12th March 2025 amidst views of leadership suppression in practicing out their full potential.
It is nearly a fortnight to the Guild election day here at Makerere University, but the atmosphere is not as hot as it used to be almost 5 years ago.
It is almost 3 years since a student of Uganda Christian University was stabbed and killed in a scuffle at the peak of the 88th Guild election campaigns at Makerere, forcing the University Guild Council to implement countermeasures in addressing violent elections.
We are facing one of the worst times where you realize that the space has been curtailed. Of course, on the other end, one would, or as one who has served as a leader, would tend to appreciate why these people sometimes choose these measures that they do take, which measures to me, I think are very extreme.
According to the University Guild Constitution 2022 and the Guild Statute 2022, amendments include the ban of political party affiliations, voting made fully digital, and the first-year students were also barred from running for office, among other measures.
The campaign should be virtual. We should not expect any physical campaigns. Putting banners, defacing. It is not allowed to deface any university premises. It is not allowed to litter the campaigning materials on the surfaces of the university. It is not allowed to buy or to bribe any voter to vote for you.
neither is it allowed to intimidate any voter.
Students say that this new normal is repressive, despite complying.
Well, the system says you should not have or align yourself with a political party, but this in the background it's there. Much as it's not a political party, but maybe a movement or something like that. The NRM people are still associating themselves with NRM, the NUP still associating themselves, but using some other avenues that the EC cannot easily trace.
People are not expressing their candidature in a way of like publicity. People are right now shadowized that they are doing online campaigns and online voting because, I mean, we are no longer knowing if we are getting the right candidates or not right candidates, because way back when I came at Makerere, we were still in physical campaigns. We used to look at the candidate mobilizing campaign and you would choose with your eyes and be like, this is my candidate.
The 91st Guild Electoral Commission is, however, determined to facilitate a successful election process that will climax with voting and swearing in of the successful candidates in March 2025. At least 560 students applied for different leadership posts, of which 14 are campaigning for Guild presidency. Wadulo Arnold, UBC News in Kampala.
And furthermore, the spirit of giving and community service was on full display as members of the Rotaract Club visited Lubuma Primary School for a charitable donation under their initiative, the Katiti Project. The donation included 10 desks and 50,000 shillings in cash to support the school in purchasing cement for construction.
As the Rotaract Club of Naguru delivered a much-needed donation, the initiative, dubbed the Katiti Project, saw the club contribute desks and 500,000 shillings in cash to aid the purchase of cement for ongoing school construction projects. Speaking at the handover ceremony, the president of the Rotaract Club of Naguru, Miriam Nantezamatovu, expressed appreciation for all those who contributed to the cause and encouraged more people to continue with their generosity.
As the Rotaract Club of Naguru, we have come together to support the school with the different needs of the school. And as a club, we have come with our club members and we have met the students and the head teachers of the school. We call upon everyone out there who can come and support this school to come and at least support the school, because the school has several needs and as a community we can work together to contribute to this school to make it a great school.
The teacher of Luunga Primary School, Peter Nsubuga, welcomed the donation with open arms, emphasizing the challenges the school faces, including inadequate classroom furniture, insufficient learning material, and lack of proper infrastructure.
Buildings are not good, are not well set. Some of them lack even concrete. They don't have concrete, they are not cemented. We don't have water tanks where we could collect water, harvest water from the rain. We have a challenge of fencing the school land.
The event concluded with the tour around the school, where Rotaract members interacted with the students and teachers, seeing firsthand the impact their donation would have.
French enthusiasts are gearing up to celebrate Francophone Month, leading to the International Day of the Francophonie on March 20th, 2025. During a press conference, it was mentioned that representatives from the French Embassy and academia were going to emphasize the significance of embracing French due to its diverse opportunities.
So it is important, and for us as an association, we stand for core values of internationalization, multilingualism, which is important for the Ugandan future generations. The objective is to make sure that we have future Ugandans who are able to communicate in more than one international language. That's why we go for multilingualism without forgetting our indigenous languages.
So French Francophonie for me is definitely the celebration of the presence, the strategic celebrations for us as Ugandans, because it shows the opportunities that we can share from, from the East African community, from Uganda, from the Francophone communities in Uganda, whereby we embrace the linguistic diversity and unity and cultural diversity, while also unlocking different opportunities.
French is becoming increasingly visible due to regional dynamics and the growing need for the economic integration. And I want really to mention that because this is very important, what we call dynamic integration. French, I would say, is more than a language. French is an opportunity for Ugandan youth. Mastering French can be a good pathway for regional trade, international mobility, and professional opportunities in Francophone countries.
Francophonie is an international organization which aims to promote French and the values of solidarity, complementarity, and equality, which is the motto of the Francophonie. So it is two things. When we speak about Francophonie, we speak about two things: institutions and people.
International University of East Africa has celebrated culture through its annual cultural gala, participated in their different countries. The IUEA Vice Chancellor Professor Emeka Akezua says that they have over 50 countries, so it's a pleasure to give them opportunity to showcase their culture. He says that they showcased their food, national anthems, cultural dance, cultural wear, and many more.
IUEA celebrates culture as well as education. So on the Cultural Gala Day, which we have every year here at the International University of East Africa, it gives us the opportunity to bring all the cultures around. We have students from over 50 countries studying here at IUEA. So Cultural Gala Day gives them the opportunity to showcase their culture. So we have food, we have dance, we have music, we have poetry, we have camaraderie from students from across the globe. So it's a great opportunity for us to also show how important culture is to our learning.
Immerse yourselves in the experience. Taste the food, listen to the music, watch the dancers, and most importantly, connect with one another. To all the participants, thank you for your dedication in bringing your culture to life today.
Well, we have tasted food from Rwanda and Chad, and apparently it's nice. I thought it was going to be different from ours, but most of the food is the same because there is pumpkin, there is cassava, and there is beef from Rwanda, which is very tasty.
Nikuze Beatrice, and I'm a Congolese, and today we are participating in the cultural gala of the International University of East Africa 2025. What we call poulet mayo. Poulet mayo is chicken made with mayonnaise and some spices plus some onions, some green pepper, and then you put it in the oven for some minutes.
Okay. Here we have a cake which we call mkata gudugudu and mkata sinia.
This is Rwandan culture. We are from Rwanda, the country of 1,000 hills, and I would love to show you part of our cultural items or our food and different items that we are involved in our culture that we use.
Muslim at Kawempe Mbogo Mosque have been blessed with iftar food while breaking their fasting at their mosque. This initiative was made by Royco under their campaign Share Goodness, which they are going to serve iftar meals to over 25 mosques across the country during this season. The head of the Customer and Strategy Planning, Unilever Uganda, Grace Nandaula, says that Royco is committed to enrich the lives through nutrition and community engagement.
My name is Nandaula Grace, and I work at Unilever and as the head of marketing, but also the customer and strategy planning manager. Today we are here to celebrate with the Muslim the kickoff of Ramadan. Ramadan is a special month for all the Muslims, and it is a month where we share and share meals, but also give generously. So as Royco, we are here to share, but also be part of this wonderful month of Ramadan through our campaign dubbed Share the Goodness this Ramadan. This campaign, we started the journey last year, where we also did the same exact thing to share goodness with Ramadan. And we are coming from the fact that during this time, so many people out there love or would want to be part of the giving, because it's a norm during this time that we all give and share with the poor, but also with the needy. We're going to be giving out meals, the fasting meal, with over 25 mosques across the country, but also we have a charity event where we are telling people to come and donate, and Royco will come and match the donation to give the needy at Eid Mubarak.
So this holy month.
MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited, in partnership with MasterCard, Diamond Trust Bank and Network International, have launched the virtual card by Mobile Money, Momo. We have more details on this report.
As part of MTN's Ambition 2025, which focuses on promoting financial inclusion and economic empowerment across Africa, the company has launched a virtual card by Mobile Money, Momo.
The launch of this virtual card allows us to extend our payment use cases across the globe. And therefore, this virtual card comes as an additional capability to the existing capabilities that are there for our Mobile Money subscribers, to allow them to purchase online, to do subscriptions, to boost adverts online using the virtual card without really having to think about opening a bank account for specifically this use case.
This virtual card by Momo is an innovative payment solution designed to enable MTN Momo subscribers to perform and secure online transactions without needing a physical card or bank account.
You are customers, what are we committing in front of you? So it's really to commit that this card, at the back of it, there is a very formidable state-of-the-art cyber framework. So be rest assured that the card is secure, the card is going to be used in a more friendly way, more faster way, but most importantly, limitless when it comes to jurisdictions or borders. So for that matter, start now, go and conquer the world.
The initiative has been launched in collaboration with MasterCard, Diamond Trust Bank and Network International, and simplifies everyday online transactions and thus enhancing the financial ecosystem.
By using this card, you're creating this digital footprint. And what that does is when a consumer has a digital footprint, you're able to understand, because taking that data, banks, lenders can provide loans to people, to businesses, and they can then further enrich themselves and prosper.
The virtual card by Momo is also designed further to meet the needs of a diverse user base, including school fees payment, small business owners, online shoppers, travelers, and local e-commerce like purchase of food.
The promise that we have as MTN Momo is to continuously develop cutting-edge solutions such as the Momo card and many more to come as we drive financial inclusion. When we talk about financial inclusion, it's not just about having the wallet, but what can you do with that wallet? And this is one of the key use cases that is going to even enhance the experience for our customers.
Bank of Uganda statistics indicate that mobile money transactions reached 191 trillion shillings in the 12 months to June 2023, which is a 23% increase from 156 trillion in the same period in 2022.
Osmosis again. Osmosis try to pay. Money wasn't enough. He checked every pocket. Money wasn't enough. Osi we sorting it. With the Momo we sorting it. Osmosis checked again. Man, there's still not enough. He looked it everywhere.
Hey, but Chief, what is going on?
Osi we sorting it. With the Momo we sorting it.
When your money is not enough, we're sorting it with MTN Momo. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# to add call with Momo Advance and pay bills, send money or buy bundles.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Now we take you into the world of sports. A team of inspectors from the Confederation of African Football has visited Uganda to ascertain progress on key infrastructure ahead of the rescheduled championship of the African nations due in August. Now we also have other details that we're going to share with you in relation to that story.
For starters, Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania were scheduled to host the Championship of African Nations this February, but fell short due to lack of requisite standards that led to an August 2025 reschedule. Though that wasn't nice to hear, Ugandans can celebrate their nation's unrelenting pursuit to host the Championship of African Nations this year, which will be followed by the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. This resolve not to lose hosting rights has been evidenced during the latest inspection tour by Confederation of African Football officials, whose first stop was at the picturesque Mandela National Stadium. At this stadium that was refurbished by Uganda People's Defense Forces to a top-notch facility, the CAF officials saw a state-of-the-art anti-doping area and the dressing rooms that now have world-class ice baths.
Every time they have been here, we have shown that we are able to move. Whatever we have promised, we are able to deliver in the next step. So for me, I'm excited that whenever they come for inspection, they find us more ready. There are going to be even other inspections after. There are finer details. You know, as we finish an infrastructure, then we are going to go for things like signage, things like fire extinguishers. So it's not just about the pitch as you see it. There are also finer details for the event to happen. Things like garbage management, waste management. So there are still some smaller, finer details. And for us, we are going to benefit from them. There's also a program to train Ugandans on how to manage pitches. CAF is interested that when they are here, when they leave, there's an impact that the country benefits from hosting.
At Mandela National Stadium Nambole, which even before postponement of CHAN had been given the all clear, CAF inspectors also visited the training field, which is vastly improved. The CAF contingent was flanked by Uganda People's Defense Forces Engineering Brigade, National Council of Sports, a high-level government delegation, and Federation of Uganda Football Association's officials. After Mandela National Stadium Nambole, that also has a VAR room, the CAF team also went to Chambogo University that will provide a training ground. The work here, for which government has now disbursed 100% funding, is under Uganda People's Defense Forces that promises expedite and exquisite delivery of the facility. Key to note here is that some of the must-haves like drainage are already in place at a venue that will house a pavilion. After the stop at Chambogo, the CAF team visited Fufa's Kadiba Stadium and the Wankulukuku, which are also lined up as training venues for the two tournaments.
Myself, I've done stadium inspections for CAF even in other countries, so I understand exactly what the challenges could be. I think we are doing very well in as far as the competition venue is concerned. We're also doing very well with the training facility. That's the training facility in Mandera. We have work to do in Chambogo, but we are within time. There's a lot of work going on to make it a training facility. Kadiba, there's a lot of work which has gone on, and we are almost there. Wankulukuku, we have a little bit of things to do. We accept, we appreciate, to make sure that we also have that venue. For example, we are asking that if we can get the floodlights there as well, so that it is a venue that can be used even at night for Chan. Also get a water source and a generator. For us as football, we would be happy because at the end of the day, it is a UPL venue. So these are some of the benefits as a country. We would have that for you to have Wankulukuku as one of the venues where you can do night football. It's a very good legacy out of these competitions we are doing.
But what should be noted is that though stadia and training facilities are top on the agenda, hosting rights are dependent on availability of things like hotels, medical and proper road network.
And that brings us to the end of our weekly news roundup edition of the UBC News. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark. Allow me to thank the team behind the scenes. But before we leave, this is the month of women, so do take some time and appreciate the women that are impacting your life one way or another. A thank you could just be enough to motivate them to do the work that they do. Otherwise, thank you very much and have yourselves a lovely afternoon.